bad weekend for Manu.
Absolutely, but I think we are so far immune, and I think
we're focusing the same side.
We are immune, Sophia. We are immune. Let's not talk about
that is good.
Sarah around here in James. We are immune so far, and I think let's focus on next season.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
That's the spirit.
Next season.
Next season. But continue struggling. But we'll have time to discuss that later on after this interview.
Take care.
But this morning we're joined by Mr. Steve Sell, the team manager, Kenya Sevens, and Steve Sell, welcome so much to our Kidding Studios. I know we're walking you so up, but Steve, general question: how prepared are we for Tokyo and, of course, Hong Kong?
The preparation is a build-up for the Kenya Sevens team. If you remember well, we just came back last Sunday from Cape Town, where we had a Golsam training camp down in South Africa. This was good. We were privileged to have Russia with us down there, where we managed to train together. So we were just not preparing ourselves, but with Russia as well, who are also contenders for being a core team in the HSBC RB series. So the team is preparing well. We are hitting our targets as we tick our boxes. That's one of the things that we keep looking at within the Kenya Sevens team. Just looking at the things that we've laid out for the team to be able to reach up to a certain point.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the new inclusions in the team. And of course, before heading to Japan and Hong Kong, we understand we have one new inclusion in the team, and of course, Andrea Monde has made a comeback. What do you think about that? Because we have a blend of youthful team and, of course, the experienced lot. What do you think about this blend this time now?
From Dubai PE legs back in December 2013, we've had new players coming into the team. This is not new to us. This season we are out to look at players and to be able to include them in the series, which is very unfriendly at times. So this is the only way we'll be able to know which players can make it into the rugby scene, into the seventh scene. We have Max Theory, who's a debutant in this team. We leave actually today at 5:30 to narrate at Tokyo. So we hope that he will be able to rise to the occasion. It's not going to be easy. It's never been easy for anyone.
But something else, I've managed to cover various events about you guys, and I think Paul True is trying to, I can't say it's a trial and error thing, but he's trying to take some talent from, I can say, maybe Strathmore or our local clubs here at home. And sometimes consistency with the players doesn't look so healthy, because sometimes you find out that he takes a player, but after some time I think the services won't satisfy him, and then he drops the player again and takes another player. Do you think being inconsistent in such a situation might affect the team at a point, because we're now seeing some different faces in the team? Do you think that might be an affecting agent?
Absolutely, but Nicholas, you have to also see it in a way that we are trying to build structures also in the team, and that's what Paul is trying. So much has been said out there.
Absolutely.
But within the team, we have the boxes that we are ticking, as you said, and this has to be done. By the time we get to a position where we have our set number of core players, where we can just play around with them in the whole series, we have to try quite a lot. And this is one of those things that, you know, has not been tried before.
Talk about the pool in Japan. We have Argentina, we have South Africa. Japan hosts Japan, and of course Kenya. We played South Africa, let me say, this season. We've played them 4 times. But too bad, guys. Actually, the Paul Trues, he's testing his own medicine now. Guys are too good for us. What's happening? Are we gonna at least try and pull a surprise this time round, or how prepared are we to face those guys? Because in terms of pace, in terms of actually using our porous swings, they've been doing us they made us look bad this season. What do you think about South Africa? Because I think they're becoming a very hard nut to crack.
we are getting there. South Africa being a fully professional team in the series. It's a very big challenge for us, and you must also realize that those were also structures that Paul True set, and they are known all over the world.
Can you say the difference between our team and South Africa is that they are full-time players. They don't indulge in anything like school, like work. They play rugby, they eat rugby, they sleep rugby. Is that the reason why maybe we're not so much into actually winning against them? Is that the reason?
It's a major factor, Nicholas. It's a major factor in the series. But we must also give the Kenya national team some mileage as well, because we are competing against the world's best. If you look at the pools that we've been placed in this season,
I understand.
In this season, we've played all top teams in the pool games. And it only gets tougher when you get to the quarters. You play another big team. So last season we were lucky because we were not facing the big teams early.
Now, something else about Kenyans, we are very impatient. Let me use that word, very impatient. And the last round we had wasn't that, it wasn't glowing. And I think Kenyans really reacted even in social media. Guys said, I think it's time for Paul True to style up and do something. Guys even had trust in Mike Friday. So, you can just tell us, what's the system? Is it all about patience? Do Kenyans need to be still be patient about this thing? Because we used to winning, but now it's a thrashing game. What do you think? What's the next step forward?
When we look at statistics, as compared to the previous seasons, we have graphs where we keep going up, we go down, we go up, we go down. We are trying to put consistency in our performance. So far, the last 2 legs, we were the number 2 in defense in the world. We were number 2 in tries scored in the world. So there are certain things that
take them positively.
Yes, we have to take positively, and Kenyans will be Kenyans. We just ask that they should continue supporting the team and encourage these boys. It's not easy. It's not easy when you lose out there, and it's not going to be even easier when we look on social media and people are criticizing.
I understand after every match you guys have to...
After every match.
You guys have to look at the tweets, what are Kenyans saying, because...
And we try to protect the boys.
Back at home, I must say, every series, every leg we play, and I have to tell you this, people wake up, even if it's 3 a.m., we wake up to watch the team. And sometimes, you know, when you sacrifice your sleep and you wake up and start watching a team that's being thrashed, so it's another issue again. But as you said, so it entails patience. But another question is Amonde's return. I understand he wasn't around the last 2 actually legs. And what do you think about his impact?
Amonde has always been an inspiration player to the boys. I'm sure they are very encouraged that the general is back, and there are key things that we look for that Andrew gives the team in terms of even leadership, ball retention. You know, his straight running. These things are going to be, these factors are going to be very key in the team, and even him just being present in general. Is very encouraging for the boys. So we want to welcome him back. And I'm sure the series, I was last night just looking at even the website, the HSBC Sevens.
Yeah, actually. I looked at it. It's a big story.
Yeah, it's big because he's a major factor, and actually teams
actually
don't fear him. They don't look forward to play against others.
All right. So. Let's talk about one player who's been very consistent, and I can say he's featured for Paul True for quite several times. Dan Sikuta. Sikuta has been with Mwamba, came back to the national team. We thought it would be a one-off thing, but he's maintained his position. What do you think about this player? Because we understand he's pacey, he's very strong, and I'm very sure there's something about him that true one's out of him again. What do you think about Sekuta?
Scooter is free-willed. That's one of the key things that Coach Paul likes about Scooter. His endurance is massive. He's very fit. He's one of the fittest players with his size at 96 kilos. Oh, so
96 kilos and a flashy pace.
Yes,
it's amazing.
He's fast and he's hardworking. Yes, he's a hardworking lad, and he has a big future, great future in 7.
True that.
Yeah.
Concerning Kenya hosting one of the legs, IRB legs, we understand Kenya is one of the 27 countries in the world that have bid to be one of the teams to at least host these legs. Kenya as a country, we understand Kasarani is looking good, but do you think we can qualify?
I wish that the stakeholders in the IRB are watching this. I can dare that they should bring that one tournament in Kenya. I've traveled all over the world and I've seen quality of the series all over. Yes, there are some things that we'll need to pull our socks in.
Absolutely.
But Kenya will be a major place to host the IRB series.
What do you think as a country we need to actually add on to push IRB so that we can be favorites? Because we've seen countries like Dubai again, and they've actually we are competing against Dubai, and you understand the level, the two levels. These are totally different countries, and of course, developing and developed. These are two different things, and of course, we are rugby powerhouses. We are more actually advanced than them. But what do you think we need to put in for them to consider Kenya?
One major thing is the structures that we need to lay for the series. The standards are very high, and that's one of the things that we as Kenyans need to invest in. Also, I would encourage the corporates to come in big time because this is big money, and once Kenya is in the series, there's so much in terms of coverage that is going to be put and expectations even on us Kenyans. So many things need to be looked at: the security, the stadium, the standard of the pitch,
absolutely,
how it's supposed to be. So corporates need to just come along and support,
absolutely,
and support the ones that are already there.
Now, the future of the sevens. Do we understand the likes of Amonde, Injera? They're soon leaving the sport, and we will have a gap. What do you think about the future of this sport? Because if Amonde leaves the team, Injera leaves the team, Horace leaves the team, Sekuta leaves the team now, there must be people to fill in the gaps. Do you think we have the mantle to come up again and fill in the gap that our boys are doing right now? Because we understand, as far as I'm concerned, Humphrey Kayange is now a little bit, his pace is not the issue to pace, but let's count him out a little bit. What do you think about filling the space now? Because in the next 4-6 years, we'll expect a new team, because these guys will have been very tired in this time.
That's one of our biggest challenges and milestones in terms of even our performance contracts. We are working so hard on the academy that we are trying to lay down so that it will be a feeder team to the Kenya Sevens team. You will notice that right now there's a certain age we are really trying to limit into the entry into the Sevens team, and we are trying to call. We are looking forward to calling younger players into the team, and that's what we are trying to build. That's the only way we'll make it into the Sevens team. Even looking at Rio Olympics. So we have aging players in the team. The sooner we lay our structures into our academy and our under-19s, under-15s, our feeder team, the better. We are going into schools now. Yeah,
into high schools, because understand we really have talent.
Yes, and that's again another thing that has not been done before. Paul True now is just laying his structures and will start scouting into schools.
We're glad it's a long-term project with Paul True, and many Kenyans, as we discussed earlier, comparison about South Africa and Kenya, really trying to make Kenya look like South Africa. I understand that pressure. The pressure has to be felt, but What do you think about the long-term plans he has, and of course the relationship he has with the team, the current team that is? Because Kenyans, when he came as a winner. He's scooped everything, he's won everything. But now we've only scooped a ball. Only one, let me say, trophy. His expectations with the team, you're closer to him, his expectations with the team, and of course, how is the relationship currently with the squad?
A great man is known by the things you've left behind, the structures you've left behind, and this is evident all over the world. What Paul True has done. I won't put so much, good things on Paul, but he is willing to work more with the Kenya Sevens team, and those are the same things he wants to lay down here. Whether we get them now, there's something that is working, and if Kenyans have been very keen to see what is happening to the team, even our way of play, there's something coming out.
All right. And I would love you to repeat the same thing. A great man
is remembered by the things that they've left behind.
But I think Alex Ferguson is a great man. As we're winding this up, let me shift focus to James.
We can't wind it up.
We are winding this up because you've actually left us with a very powerful quote. A great man is known by what is left behind. And I'm very sure for Kenyan team, let's focus on next season, like Manchester United, because right now,
that's not a comparison.
It's not a good look on you.
Steve's a national fan.
Oh yes,
James
is a national fan. So we're 2-2.
We're 2-2. So what do you mean, my brother?
It's not a good look on you trying to win these and trying to shoulder this.
It's a lost battle.
But so I think for this season we are done for Manchester United. For rugby, guys are doing very well. But let's focus on next season. I don't know what I have to say about Arsenal. What do you think about Arsenal? Because I understand yesterday you struggled to get the one goal, and I think
those are 3 points, 62 points.
Relax.
Right?
I'm not talking about the points. I'm talking about the goal.
Who's struggling here? The people who are beaten 3-0 at home, or the fellows who won 1-0 out.
Kindly come to my rescue. You guys will finish me. All right, thank you very much,
thank you,
Steve, for joining us this morning. And of course, I hand it back to James Martin and Sophia.
Thank you, guys. That was awesome. You know, it's good that you're on the other side, so we can keep each other at check.
Which others are check? You know, we're dealing here with people who are going to win titles, not people who are going to be relegated.
No, we're dealing with people as much as we may not win this season. If you look at our track record, I always say we judge a team and an institution by what it has achieved in the past.
Absolutely.
That is the way to go. So when you count the number of titles, Arsenal, what was the last time?
What you people are talking about, it is us trying to call former president of the Republic of Kenya Prime Minister Jomo Kenyatta. It is impossible. It doesn't make sense.